Greetings, children. Welcome to the online classes. This is Aishwarya. So, the following video is for class 2, subject General Science, chapter 8, Plants, part 3. It's been a long time that we did the part 1 and 2 of this chapter. So, let's just revise about what we had finished in the previous videos. So we're going to do the lesson chapter 8 from page number 62 in your textbook. I request you to hold your textbooks with you while doing the explanations or while learning the video, so that will be easier for you. Okay. So from page number 62, we learned about what are the different kinds of plants, right? What are the different parts of the plant? The part that is above the ground is the shoot, and the part that is below the ground is roots. Then we learnt about roots, stems, leaves, flowers, fruits, and seeds. We even learnt about how to differentiate between a vegetable and a fruit. Now, in different parts, that is the roots, shoots, stem, leaves, we learned how it is differentiated. Like in the plants, it is different. In the tree, they look different. They have different shapes. They have different colors. Is that what we learned in our previous class? And we even learned about what is the difference between fruits and vegetables. What are the difference? Fruits are generally it is the fruit. Fruits are usually the part that grows from the flowers. Okay, vegetables means they are different modified parts of the plant. So continuing with the lessons, we are going to learn about what are the different modified parts of the plants which we use as vegetables, and how they are modified is what we are going to learn in this video. So first we are going to learn about modified stems, then modified roots, modified flowers, and modified leaves. I will even tell you why they are modified. The first one is modified stems. Stems means the part which is above the ground, right? It holds the branches, it holds the leaves, it holds the different branches of the tree, isn't it? So, but these modified stems means stems usually grow above the ground, but some special stems from under the ground to store food. Basically, they want to protect their food, or they want to save their food from other animals eating them, or keeping them safe from other things. That is why these are modified. So the examples of modified stems are potato, onions, and ginger. Here you can see the picture of the ginger, the potato, and the onions, which they grow under the ground. Okay, the plant grows up, but the main part, the food part, is under the ground. It is actually the stems which grows under the ground. Okay, so they are modified. Usually the stems are the upper stick structures, right? But here the stems are the part which grows under the ground. These are modified. These are not general, these are modified. Understood? So the examples of modified stems are potato, onions, and ginger. Then we are going to learn about modified roots. Modified roots means some plants store food in their roots. How I told you, right? We use the parts of the plant which the plants use for storing their food. They are the main producers of the food. They produce the food for all the plants. So some plants store their food in the roots. Can you think about some examples which plants store their food, or which plants roots do we eat? Yes, the carrot, radish, and sweet potato. These three are the best examples of the plants where the plants store their food in the roots. These are the roots. They are actually the roots. The difference between the modified stem and roots, you should understand. These parts are the roots itself, but the food is stored in the roots. Okay, the radish, the carrot, and the sweet potato. Sweet potato is a modified root. Potato is a modified stem. You should understand the difference. Okay. Uh, Next is about modified flowers. Some plants modify their flowers to store food. Can you think about flowers which store the food? Can you think anything? Cauliflower and broccoli. These are huge flowers of the plant which are modified in such a way that they can store the food. Okay, the other parts are not useful. So they're cauliflower and broccoli. Broccoli is green color, cauliflower is yellowish or creamish color, right? So these two are modified flowers. How the we see different kinds of flowers like rose, hibiscus, marigold, jasmine. All these things are flowers, right? But these cauliflower and broccoli are the modified flowers. Next is modified leaves. Some plants like cabbage modify their leaves to store food. Cabbage, have you have all must have eaten the cabbage in your house, right? It's a good vegetable, right? So it is nothing but the leaves of the plant which are which store the food, and they look like a flower. You can see here the picture, that is a picture of the cabbage plant. They look like a flower, but it is the modified leaves. Then in some plants the leaves are modified into thorns, like cactus and rose. The leaves are modified into thorns because they want to protect themselves from the other animals. Now when you have to pluck a flower, pluck a rose from the plant, you have to be careful with the thorns, it will prick us, right? So so that is like a protection for the plant. Even cactus has large thorns, right? We have to clean that thorns. If you And it's very easy to grow the cactus plants at home also. You can keep them as the show plant. Okay, so that is the different modified leaves. The leaves are modified as the thorns. Next is we are going to learn what do the plants need to grow. What we need food to grow, right? We need food, we need water, everything we need to grow. But what do plants need for growing? All plants need soil, water, air, and sunlight. All the plants, because we are more dependent on the plants. Our food, our main source of food is the plants only. Not only us, even the animals, the cow, the all the animals are dependent, somehow dependent on the plants itself. They are called the producers of the food. They are the main producers of the food in our ecosystem or in our environment. Okay, so we are going to see in details about little about how these components help the plants to grow. First is soil. Plants absorb the minerals and water from the soil, right? Plants need water, they need minerals that is required for producing the food. So it's important that the soil has to be rich in minerals and nutrients. We also need minerals and nutrients which we get from the plants itself, right? So that plants which from where do the plants get minerals and nutrients? It gets from the soil. Next is water. Root absorb minerals in the water inside the soil. All plants need water to make food. All the plants need water to make food. Like water is like the source of life. Wherever there is water, there will be life. So that water now that water is required by the plants also to make their food. In summer, the best time to water the plants is evening, as the plants will have all night to absorb the water. But in the morning, the water will evaporate under the hot sun. Usually, if you water in the morning, you should water at least early in the morning or in the evening when the sun is about to set, because the plants will have enough time to absorb the water. Now they cannot drink water like how we drink, right? So they need time to observe that water, so we have to give them time. When you are watering the plants in your garden, usually do it early in the morning or later in the evening. In between, if you water all, it will get evaporated. The sun will evaporate all the water. Next is air. Air contains both oxygen and carbon dioxide. Oxygen, oxygen. Carbon, carbon. Dioxide. Air contains both oxygen and carbon dioxide. Like all living things, plants need oxygen to live. Plants also need carbon dioxide to make food. Okay, they need carbon dioxide also, they need oxygen also. In the morning when they are making food, when in the sun, they can make food only in the sunlight. So when they're making food, they take in carbon dioxide and give out oxygen. But later in the night, when they are not producing any food, they take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide, like how we breathe. When we breathe, what happens? We take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. We don't produce any food, so what we do is we always take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. But plants, when they are producing food, they take in carbon dioxide and give out oxygen. Understood? Next, the last very important part, or very important component for producing the food for the plants is sunlight. Sunlight, plants need sunlight as they make their own food in the presence of sunlight. Different plants need different degrees of sunlight. Some plants need very less sunlight, and they grow indoors. Like if you consider the money plant, right, it can grow indoors, it doesn't need lot of sunlight. But some plants require lot of sunlight, so they have to be grown outside only. It should get enough proper sunlight to grow, or to have to produce the food in their leaves. Understood? So I hope you understood this lesson, children. If you have not understood the first part and second part, watch the previous videos on the school page itself. So thank you, children. Stay at home, stay safe, take care of yourself. I hope you're all doing well and all are safe at home. And take care of yourself, children. Keep learning.